Hey there. So I just got back from our 35th anniversary trip. Feel so blessed to have had the chance to do what we did. We went to the Bahamas and we went to Abaco. Actually, the Abacos are multiple little islands, but we went to Elbow Key, which is the one that sits a little farther out from Marsh Harbor in the ocean. And what a beautiful place, and what a great lesson. That area was absolutely devastated. If you go online and look at the extreme devastation that happened there, like 4 years ago by Hurricane Dorian, it's unbelievable how much they've recovered. But anyway, so I would encourage you to do that. It's a wonderful place. It's a little pricey, but you would expect that. It's an island off of an island, so obviously everything has to be brought in, which is going to add to the price. But man, it's such a beautiful place to go. The water is beautiful. The people are fantastic. So nice. The Bahamians that live there on the island, they're just such nice people, and we had a wonderful time, and of course feel very fortunate to have been able to go and experience it. And now back, getting to work, and so this message is for you, my blog audience, but also for my video audience. And so we're into December now, and of course it's the holiday season. Really kicks off in around Thanksgiving, of course, but this is where people, they get busy with ideas and plans, etc., for the holidays. And then as you get through the holidays, then what starts to churn is, okay, what's next? And I'm going to talk a little bit about that today, but maybe not in a way you might think. I'm not going to talk about goals, etc. I'm going to talk about your head. Because I don't care what your goals are. If you don't have the proper mindset, you're not going to accomplish them, right? It's like anything else. Your mindset has to come first. You have to get to a place where it's not optional not to do the thing, that whatever that is, whether it's something internal and development oriented for yourself, or whether it's a very practical goal. All those things are irrelevant unless in your headspace your mindset is it's not optional not to do it. I just can't emphasize that enough. That's the only message you get from these few things that I'm going to share here this morning. It'll serve you. So, this month, I encourage you to start now thinking about what's going to be different for next year. What is the next calendar year going to look like? And the reason that it's important to do that is you don't want to wait till after Christmas when you're a little bit in a fog and a little bit in a panic and then start to think, okay, now I need a resolution. No, you don't need a resolution. Resolutions don't happen. Right? What you need is true, right? Something truly deep that matters to you to do. Or to be, right? So you could also build things around who you want to become. What kind of version of yourself do you want to become? And so a couple things that I'm going to give you to consider. The first is if you look at the areas in your life that you'd like to improve, which I could have said it a different way. If you look at the areas of your life you're not satisfied with, then obviously there are things that you would prefer to be different. And so what are those things? Right? What are the things that you would like to change? But in the process of thinking about that, the big question to ask yourself is, what assumptions are you making that you're acting as if are true? Probably aren't. And that is a big, deep, important question. One of the things that I teach in every manner of communication, but also in personal development, is to question all assumptions. Because your brain makes assumptions in every capacity, right? It's why you feel certain ways when you go certain places. It's why you see certain things and a certain vibration will come up. It's why when someone puts something in front of you, you immediately have a thought about it. It's connected to how you learn. And so you have assumptions. But the reality is that many of the assumptions you have about yourself are absolutely false. Yet, they may as well be true, because if you act as if they are true, then you're going to get results in life as if they were true, even if they are in fact not true. And so what assumptions do you make about yourself that are not true? That is worth taking the time to dig into, because that's what's going to expose to you your self-limiters, the things that have minimized what you can see as possibilities, where you haven't gone the extra mile to build out a skill. That all comes from self-limiting assumptions. And so why does that matter? Well, I'm going to share a little message from these two little cards. So every morning in my morning journey, part of my reading is I read several index cards that I've had for many, many years. I've done posts on some of these before, articles on some before. And they are, you could call them affirmations. I also do what is called affirmations. And these are things that you put in your own head. But one of my cards, and I'm going to give you these two back-to-back cards. The first card says, I am going to die. I read that card every single day and it makes me laugh. Now, I've only been doing this card for a little while because the message is so strong. We're all going to die, right? We're all going to die and we don't know when. And if the farther you zoom out, right, from your little tiny microsecond thoughts and look at the big picture in life, you realize you're only here for a blink. And that you're in a massive world and a massive universe, right? So that would be a clue about how you approach things. So first, back to the I am going to die. I'm very clear that I'm not going to live forever. And I don't know when that, my ticket is going to get punched, so to speak. So if in fact that's going to happen, why in the world? Right? Why in the world would you or I ever settle for less than the kind of life that we want, than to experience the things we want to experience, than to be with the people we want to be with, to do the things that we want to do? Why in the world would we ever settle for less than we could be or have? It doesn't make any sense when in fact you're going to die sooner or later. And which also then means a lot of the things that you worry about really are going to be irrelevant. Because in 50 years, nobody's even going to know I lived, right? And it's going to be true for most of us. So there's a second card that comes right behind this card, right? These are four little augmentinoisms that fit so perfectly well. If you get the message in your brain that, hey, I'm going to die anyway, so why not go for the things in life that I'm suited to go for? Why not go for what my heart wants? Why not go for telling the people or investing time with the people I care about and letting them know I care? Why not do those things? Why do anything other than, right? Of course, you got to make a living, right? You got to make a contribution, but that's all part of how you actually are supposed to be here on this planet. So there's four little things on this card that are all from one of my Augmentino books. One is, I will persist until I succeed. So, granted, I might die before I succeed, which is fine. Then I won't even know that I didn't succeed. But this is where the mindset comes in. If you want something to occur in your life, why would you stop trying to make it happen? When in fact, the majority of all accomplishment is purely because someone continued to go forward towards it, as opposed to stop when it got tough. I mean, this is the kind of truth that will punch you right in your face, right? Because it makes you look in the mirror and go, damn, he's freaking right about that. The only reason I haven't done this, or this is because I whipped out. When it got hard, I quit. Don't freaking quit on yourself. Come on, that's dumb. I mean, seriously, you're going to die sooner or later anyway. Why not keep going until you get where you're trying to go or you'd like to get, right? It's just it's so basic and simple. The second one is, I will laugh at the world. I love this one because it says, don't take yourself so seriously, right? You're going to mess up. Matter of fact, one of the things that keeps people from doing the things that they really want to do is they're afraid that they might fail or they might look bad, or who gives a crap? I mean, seriously, do you give a damn what someone else thinks? Do you care that you fall down? Right? I mean, bottom line is, if you want to look good at some point in your life, you better be prepared to look bad. That's just the way it is. And if you are afraid to look bad, the long run, you're going to look worse. That's all you got to figure about, because then you're going to be miserable because you didn't go after what you want in life. Don't take yourself so seriously, right? I mean, you're going to make mistakes. You're going to make errors. You want to be pissed off and frustrated? You can, but don't let it last too long, right? I mean, and look, I'm not the pot calling the kettle black. I make mistakes and I get pissed off at myself too. But I get over it pretty fast and I move on. So don't take it too seriously, right? Just go after what you want. Laugh at yourself when you mess up. Get back up and go. The third one is I will act now. That's pretty simple. Look, people who say I'm going to start on X, Y, and Z date, that's just delaying the inevitable. And they don't start anyway, right? It's like starting tomorrow never happens because tomorrow is just today again. You got to start now. Whatever it is, act now. Do something now. Don't wait. There is no waiting. I mean, we're all going to die anyway. So you might as well do it right now because you don't know how long you get. And then the last one is I will greet this day with love in my heart. Oh, gosh, I love this one. Because it's such a great way to go through life, right? I mean, love people, love life, love that you get the opportunity to even have this day, that you get the chance to do the things you want to do. Look at my little sweet pup in the background, Scotty. He's peeking around the corner there, right? I mean, you know, people feel it. You know, this is another reason why I talk about gratitude so much, right? When you are grateful for all how blessed you actually are, as opposed to pissed off about what you don't have, you end up actually figuring out how to get what you want because you're coming from a place of abundance and feeling good. And you know, life is worth loving, and you're worth loving, and so are the people that are in your life. And so those four things, they will help you so much. So here's the bottom line, right? You are always only a couple of months away from a significant level of change personally. It only takes a few months. I'm working with an amazing project and program right now where I'm seeing people physically and mentally transform in less than a month. Less than a month. Now, they got to work at it. But man, is that not worth it as opposed to 50 years of belly aching? Come on, get off your butt and do the thing to get better. You're a month or two away from massive transformation as a human, and you're 6 months to 12 months away from substantial transformation in any area that you want. You tired of where you are financially? You're 6 to 12 months away from being able to turn that upside down. That's a fact. Just because you haven't been willing to do it, if in fact that's been an issue for you, doesn't change that it's real. That goes back to questioning your assumptions. See, there are assumptions you have about what you're capable of that are keeping you from doing what you need to do. Figure out what those are and blow them up. Get it into your mind that you will not accept living less anymore. I mean, you only get one life, and you don't know how long it's going to be. There you go. I hope this message was of value for you today. And if you've got a question or a comment, reach out. Let me know. All right. Take care. See ya.